This is the Ice Fishing 2021 guide here from In Fisherman. See, I gotta get my finger. This right here caught my eye as a videographer, and I've done a fair amount of underwater videography. Have you seen this thing? Have you heard about this?
Is that the drone?
My goodness.
Thing?
Goodness great. Now, maybe this is cheating. But I am thinking, okay, so just so I have to set the stage here. So there is this company called, in fact, I got a picture of it here too I can show you, but it's a company called Power Vision. And they got this drone, this underwater drone that's got an HD camera. You can actually even put a fish finder. I don't know if it basically just senses fish around the whole unit of this underwater submersible, but it has a fish finder. I've got to look more into it. But the thing is like $900. But honestly, a lot of my equipment in this back room is actually more than that, that I've accumulated through the years. And I'm like, boy, this could be really something as far as just getting some really cool pictures, and video underwater. Yeah. I don't even know that I would use it for fishing, but you could. I mean, that's why In Fisherman is talking about it. Let me show you this thing. I actually brought unfortunately, you're going to have to, Andy, watch this back. You won't be able to see what I'm bringing on the screen here. But look at this thing. So this is the top view that you're looking. If you're watching the video podcast, you're looking. Actually, no, I believe this is the bottom view that you're looking at right now of this thing. And the circular item in the middle, actually more at the front of it, is the fish finder. Right below the fish finder is this thruster, and then it's got two thrusters in the back of it. And so it's called the Power Ray. It's got a tether to it. You can if you want, you could have goggles attached to it. It's just like an underwater drone. It's got the same kind of controls that a drone would have. Here's another view of it here. So this is a front, you're seeing it from the front and kind of up. So you can see the tether coming out the top of it there, the camera at the front. It's got lights. It's really, really well designed. At first I was like, what the hell is this thing? But I'm more looking into it. It could be incredible for getting amazing imagery. But for ice fishing, I could see where it's like, okay, you drill a hole, and you're like, you drop. Actually, the problem with it for ice fishing, though, is you're going to have to drill. I imagine this thing is probably about 1.5 foot, something like that. Yeah. You're going to have to do a few holes to get this thing down down into the water. But, I could see it kind of being, not kind of, it could be really interesting. If you are in an ice fishing tournament and you're pre-fishing, you can just kind of see the lay of the land, really kind of see what the fish are doing, just see the environment that they're in, just to kind of have a better visual of what's going on. Yeah. But as a videographer, I like it when people say videographer. I've had several people call me a videographer before. Cameraman, let's just call it. I'm a cameraman. But I see it as pretty cool technology. I guess that's more than anything. It's kind of ridiculous for fishing, but at the same time, it's pretty badass technology.
Well, I've crashed RC airplanes and RC cars and RC drones, and so crashing an RC sub would be the first for me.
Well, I can see it too. Like I was thinking about. Yeah, no, this thing's definitely. The first time I flew a drone over water, I crashed the damn thing, and it was just like it got an algae. I took pictures of it, but it's just like the props are full of algae and it's ruined. It's like, oh my God, do I really want to get into this? Is this a hobby I really want to? I still have a drone, but I was thinking about doing it for a business, but I'm like, this is a little too much for me. But I guess it's maybe a little safer with an underwater submersible. But at the same time, I was thinking about using this for like St. Croix lake sturgeon fishing, to get some really cool. But then I'm like, holy hell, like the current might take this thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's tethered, but at the same time, especially at different levels of the water column, it might get really dicey. So maybe that's not the best idea. I don't know.
Yeah, having $900 floating around underneath the water is kind of on a remote control is kind of scary.
Yeah, but it's pretty wild. You can actually do live streaming from it, which is pretty bizarre because it's tethered. The tether goes up to your control unit, and I guess from the control unit, that's where you can send the signal out to. So
that's cool. I know we used to drop GoPros down on and try to get them tripoded on the bottom, footage. But then you could never like stream that. Couldn't do your Wi-Fi or have any of the controls or nothing of it work for that. So you didn't know what footage you had until you got home.
Right. Yeah, and I remember when the first GoPro came out, I was like, "This is amazing! It's an HD camera, and it's only 2 inches long, and it's this tiny little thing." And now there's sometimes where you can hardly, in the right lighting. I mean, it's a hell of an image, and then with the image stabilization and whatnot and voice controls, it's crazy how much they can get into those little cameras now. But there, in many ways, a GoPro is a great tool for getting underwater shots. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. If you've enjoyed our content, please consider subscribing to Another Fishing Podcast on iTunes, which is available also on just about every major podcasting platform. We'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Angling Uploaded, and for exclusive benefits, become a member on Patreon. So go to patreon.com and search Angling Uploaded, become a member. Oh God, we'd love you if you do that. Thanks, guys.